Assalamualaikum and hi for those who are watching this video. So let me introduce myself. My name is Ainusha Zwa binti Muhammad Azmi, and today I would like to present my individual assignment for HRM645, which is Change and Organizational Development. So to start things off, let me ask you guys a question first. So as artificial intelligence rapidly takes over our workplace, how do we handle the growing wall of fear and distrust among our actual human employees? This brings us directly to the core case of my presentation today, which is AI Trust Gap, Redefining Culture. Over the next few minutes, we will look at why this gap exists and how organizations can face it. So let's get started. Let's begin by looking at our current market reality. According to MC Kenzie and company partner Vividlab, Southeast Asia is no longer trailing behind its global peers. Instead, our region is emerging as a critical force in shaping the global AI agenda, heavily backed by strong investment flows and rapid enterprise adoption. In fact, recent data shows that a massive 70% of Malaysian organizations have already started to integrate AI into their daily operations. However, this rapid digital transformation has brought us face to face with a profound paradox. While organizations are pouring high investment into technology, they are being met with a noticeable trust gap among their workforce. Employees are hesitant, uncertain, and anxious. Therefore, our ultimate goal cannot just be about adopting the newest tech. To ensure long-term sustainability, we must deliberately shift our organizational culture away from being purely tech-driven and steer it toward being human-centric. To understand why this trust gap exists, we need to look at the sheer scale of the AI explosion. A recent study by Telenet Azure, titled it Digital Life Decade 2025, revealed a staggering statistic, which is 89% of internet users in Malaysia now use AI every single day. Look at how fast this is growing. Just a year prior, in 2024, the numbers stood up at 75%. Malaysians are adopting AI rapidly for productivity, learning, and daily convenience, with a massive doubling in the use of AI-driven financial, health, and fitness tools. While we zoom into the workplace, like 51% of employees are actively using AI for tasks like data analytics and content creation. But here is the catch, and it's a warning highlighted by Dr. Ivar Matikanai from Telenet. High usage does not equal high trust. Just because employees are using these tools doesn't mean they feel secure. Instead, this explosion in usage is driving a high demand for corporate transparency. So how do we address this lack of trust on structural level? Our first solution lies in regulatory governance and establishing a dedicated Malaysia AI Act. As highlighted by experts like Dr. Muhammad Yusof from UiTM, a specific legal framework is absolutely necessary to set strict ethical boundaries and protect cyber consumers. Without this law, the public remains vulnerable to highlight sophisticated AI-powered scams and cyber threats. Furthermore, this policy framework is heavily supported by bodies like Malaysian Trade Union Congress, which is MTUC. They advocate for regulations that successfully balance organizational productivity with the absolute protection of workers' rights and labour welfare. Government-backed legal safety nets are step number one in rebuilding trust. While laws are crucial, we also have to address the deep-seated psychological threat felt by employees on the ground. The fear of job replacement is incredibly real. If we look at recent labourist data, traditional human roles are increasingly vulnerable to being taken over by AI. For example, we can see like administrative support roles face at 46% displacement risk, while even highlight specialized legal professions face at 44% risk. Generative AI tools like ChatGPT are executing complex tasks at lightning speeds, sparking widespread anxiety that machines will completely replace human workers. Even the godfather of AI also said, which is Geoffrey Hinton, has issued urgent warnings regarding this immediate threat to human roles. To make matters worse, example like the Xiaonan robot, which can generate text at an unbelievable 300 words per second, create extreme productivity pressure on human employees, severely impacting their mental well-being and also making them feel obsolete. To counter this psychological fear, organizations need to look at excellent corporate example of industry leadership. A perfect model for this are Recording Industry Association of Malaysia. We know them as RIM. RIM has actively stepped up to demand copyright protection against unauthorized AI threats. The boss of RIM, which is Rosmin Hashim, said, push forward to vital requirements that every industry can learn from. Like the first one, permission-based training, meaning that AI developers must obtain explicit consent from human creators before using their data to train AI models. The second one, copyright differences, which is ensuring that content generated entirely by machine cannot claim copyright protection over human-made work. The organizational lesson here is profound. To rebuild trust, company must explicitly value human creativity and original idea over mere machine speed. In conclusion, the data speaks for itself. The massive surge in AI adoption to 89% contrasted against job displacement risk prove one critical point, which is technology is moving much faster than organizational culture. To bridge this trust gap, I would like to leave you guys with my 4 key strategic recommendations. Like the first one is redefine the role of AI. Like we must structurally shift our mindset so that AI is viewed strictly as an enabler rather than a replacer. The second one is build a collaborative workforce. Like organizations need to launch immediate aggressive upskilling programs so employees can effectively collaborate with AI rather than forcing them to compete against it. So the third one is establish a transparency first culture. Like management must practice radical honesty regarding how AI tools are deployed to eliminate employee fear. And finally, adopt the HRM ethical model. Like always protect human intellectual property, original thoughts, and creativity so that both humans and AI can successfully success together. So by balancing technological power with human-centric empathy, we can build an organizational future where both humans and AI thrive. So I think that's all from me, and thank you to you guys so much for your time and attention to see my video. Thank you.